Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
With movie halls set to open on October 15th for the first time since the COVID-19 pandemic when they first shut in March. I am right now with the Joint Managing Director of PVR, Mr. Sanjeev Kumar Bijli. Welcome to the print, sir. My first question to you is with theatres almost across the country opening for the first time, what is the main challenge you foresee? And do you think people will come in the same numbers as they did?
Well, as of now, I think the main challenges are the whole country is not opening up.
Sure.
There are quite a few states who are holding out, like Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Rajasthan. And for our business, I think it's very important that the entire country opens up. And then, of course, the problem will be content, because if the entire country is not open, then content will be a problem.
Sure.
But people, I think, are sick and tired of being at home and watching movies on Netflix and, OTT and being on the couch.
Sure.
But given the right safety protocols, the right content, brand new movies, I think people will come out.
And, COVID-19, like you said, many places are not, they haven't reopened entirely. How much would this impact, let's say, the movie watching business per se? The entire thing of families coming, food and beverages. How much would this be impacted with the new reopening rules and social distancing protocols?
I mean, we're very happy with the kind of protocols the MHA has given us. They've given us a 50% capacity. So we can open all the theatres with a 50% capacity, which is very good actually. And it's actually better than a lot of countries around the world. So we're very grateful for that. Other than that, the protocols that they've given us are something which are very doable. They're not very strict. And at the same time, they keep in mind patron safety. All the protocols, regarding sanitization, cleaning of the cinemas after every show, F&B, as much contactless transaction as possible. So we're also encouraging people to actually book tickets online, even order F&B online. So all of these are very stringent, good protocols, and I'm glad that MHA has given us these protocols. And having said that, I think now this is a new norm. This is going to be the new norm. This is how we're going to live, and this is how you go to shop. This is how you go to eat at a restaurant. And people are getting used to this new norm and new environment of functioning and entertaining themselves. And given the fact that we'll be open, we'll be following all these safety protocols. Safety is the most important thing for us, for our patrons. Given the fact that we'll keep a very clean and hygienic environment. And given the fact that new movies will start coming soon as the cinemas open up, I think it'll be a matter of time before we bounce back to normal levels.
You spoke about F&B, and I spoke about, to the earlier question of how it would impact the movie watching business. So will F&B be functioning like it was earlier, food and beverages, in terms of movie watching? You said there'd be, you're encouraging people to order online?
Yeah, movie watching is an incomplete experience without F&B. Of course, when you go and watch a film, it's so important to have that nice big bag of popcorn and chilled Pepsi and nachos. So I think, the same will come back again. There is no restriction of F&B as far as the protocols are concerned, from the MHA is concerned. So people will consume, and I hope people will consume when they come and watch a movie, as I said, because the experience of watching a film without F&B is very incomplete.
Sure. I also you spoke about content and with movies lined up. There are certain big movies lined up at the end of this year. We've seen the Christmas release at the end of the year with movies like like 1983 and even Suryavanshi. So I wanted to ask you that, do you think this will help in getting more of an audience inside, despite certain concerns regarding the pandemic?
Yeah, certainly. In our business, I think content is key. New content is extremely important, and I think new, big, powerful films, blockbuster films as we call them, are the ones that actually incentivize consumers to come out and watch a film. And this is something which has happened in the past. Big blockbusters come, Padmavati, or, so many films that had come out in the past as well, the big blockbusters. That's what's incentivized people to come out to the cinemas and watch a film. And I think that will be the turning point. As soon as these movies get released, I think 83 is scheduled for Christmas, Suryavanshi is scheduled for sometime next year in Jan. There's a lot of Tamil movies, a lot of regional films that are lined up as well. And India, I think we're very lucky and fortunate that we have a vast variety of films. And we're not just dependent on just one kind of content or one kind of language. There's a lot of Tamil films, a lot of Bengali films, Punjabi films that are lined up, which have been waiting for the theatres to open up. And once new content, fresh content comes, I think that is what will drive people to the cinemas.
I had a question. So, in mid-September, the Multiplex Association of India, along with the Producers Guild, wrote a letter to the government saying that because retail had reopened, as had gyms and restaurants and bars, and that it was also time for the movie halls to reopen, which I think you also shared on Twitter.
Yeah.
So, do you think they have opened at a correct time, or should they have been reopened earlier or later, or is this like the right time for them to have reopened?
I mean, I'll just say this is something which none of us have experienced in our lives. I mean, me at my age has never seen this. My mother in her 80s has never seen this. And this is when you say it's unprecedented, it is unprecedented because none of us have actually lived through this at all. And what is wrong and what is right and what is the right time is for no one to know. We do feel that we were the first ones to shut. And we are the last ones to open because everything else has opened. So, of course, I do feel personally, being in the business and having run the business, that we may have sort of been shortchanged a bit and we could have opened a little earlier as opposed to other establishments as well or along with the other establishments. But be that as it may, I mean, there are no complaints as long as we have a date now and we have protocols which are very acceptable. And I think as long as everything comes together in terms of all the other states also allowing to reopen, it'll be a matter of time before we bounce back. Yeah.
The letter also said that a substantial amount of money had been lost during the 6-month period of the lockdown, close to about rupees 9,000 crores. Such. If you could just explain to our viewers the impact this might have had, on, let's say, specifically the cinema hall business and the cinema halls and those directly employed by it.
I mean, the loss, of course, that has been quantified has been massive. Any business which is shut for 7 months has fixed costs to pay. We still had to pay some salaries. We still had to pay some rentals. We still had a lot of other fixed costs as well with no revenue, zero revenues. So by pure mathematics, of course, it's a very grim situation to be in. Of course, the sad part is that there were people whose jobs were at stake, or there were people who actually took a salary cut, about 50% salary cut, and we had no choice but to do that. And I think it was very generous of people to actually accept such a cut, since there was no business going on. Although we were working for the last 7 months on various fronts, trying to make representations to the government, try to get the protocols in place, but the fact is that people's salaries were cut. So, of course, that has been a very tough time for everyone, for the entire industry, and not just the cinema exhibition industry, but the entire film industry. Because there's a lot of people who actually are associated with it, such as your suppliers. And there are a lot of people associated with production facilities. There's a cameraman, there's a makeup artist, there's a hair person. I mean, the kind of, a spot boy. There's so many people associated with this industry. And, of course, they all suffered. And I think that's one of the reasons why the government has looked to open up the economy, because if you don't do that, that's a double whammy then.
Speaking about this specifically the cinema exhibition industry, how much what differences do you see the COVID-19 pandemic having on multiplexes versus single screen halls, and do you see them being having an advantage or disadvantage for either one of them in any way?
No, I think both have suffered equally. I think multiplexes have suffered because they're, by virtue of their size and by virtue of the number of screens, or by virtue of so many employees they had, or so many cities that they spread out, or maybe our fixed costs are much higher and therefore our losses were much higher. But having said that, even single screens in their own way, in their smaller capacity, also had to bear the brunt because even they had employees. They may have had rentals, they may have had running costs. And shutting any business for 7 months is going to be detrimental to anyone. So regardless of what size you are. So I think that the loss has been in different measures, but the loss has been there for everyone.
And you said this is something which hasn't been seen at all. Your mother, I mean, in her hasn't seen it. You certainly
Yeah.
haven't. With all these safety protocols, what are the long-term structural changes do you see? With the cinema exhibition industry, and also, do you think this is going to change the experience overall? And is this going to have certain long-term changes in how we see and view movies?
I mean, I would sort of put that into two buckets. I would obviously put that an experience, structural and behavioral changes pre-vaccine, and then post-vaccine. I think pre-vaccine is going to be different. Pre-vaccine is not going to be the way you used to go and watch movies. There'll be certain level of apprehension. There will be certain caution. There is a seating capacity restriction already. There is a restriction on kids not allowed to go and elderly not allowed to go. There's a social distancing norm that we'll have to follow, just the way you're doing it in restaurants right now, or probably you do in other forms of entertainment. So there will be some sort of adjustments that we'll have to make, and we're making these adjustments for our own health, because we all know that we need to fight this pandemic and virus ourselves. We're the ones who have to be responsible. And I feel that movies, because when they come, they last longer. You may not see that mad rush on Friday, Saturday and Sunday because people will be conscious there'll be too many people. And you might choose to actually go and watch the movie on Tuesday or Wednesday, and therefore the length and the run of the film may be longer now.
So you're saying it'll stay in the cinema halls longer?
Yeah, because, people would want to see the film and the producers want to give them a chance to watch the film. So maybe the longevity of the movie is going to be there for longer in the cinemas. And this is going to be pre-vaccine. And I think post-vaccine, or a treatment which is foolproof, the way it is for other diseases, things will be back to normal again. And once all these restrictions are lifted, in terms of capacity restrictions or sanitization, etc., then I think the business is bound to come back to its normal pre-pandemic levels.
So, I mean, you're saying that post the vaccine, that it will then bounce back and certain structural changes might not take place?
I don't think so. I think that cinema industry or the exhibition industry, watching movies has been around for hundreds of years. And it hasn't, the structural change, as you say, or the fundamentals of it haven't changed much. It's that technology has changed. Other things like F&B have changed. Comfort levels have changed, the way we make the cinemas these days, they're different. But otherwise, the whole concept of going and watching a movie is pretty much the same, So I don't think that will change much at all after the vaccine, because people would want to go back to normal. The same way you want to go back to enjoying the holiday you used to.
Yes.
You're not going to now consume that holiday in a different way after you've been vaccinated. You'll obviously want to go back to the normal way.
Your actual CEO, Mr. Datta, actually said that, when IPL came, they said the movie business is over. When DVDs came, they said it's going to impact it, or even OTTs. And now, similarly, some are saying that there will be certain things regarding the pandemic. Do you see this as another one, like another phase which you're going to have to go through, or is it...
We're very resilient, aren't we?
Yes.
As I say, the Lumiere brothers, of course, came up with the first screen in the last century, more than 100 years ago. So of course we've been through many such disruptions and many such not many such pandemics. It's the second pandemic after the Spanish flu, but things bounce back, and I'm very confident that things will bounce back, because watching a movie on a big screen, you can't replace that experience at all. I mean, it's completely irreplaceable, not because of the sheer size and the experience. Also, the fact that at a much lower ticket price, you can go out with your friends and family and have a complete escapism for 3 hours. I know it sounds very cliched, but this is something which has, stayed with us for the last 100 years. There is, of course, onslaught of OTT, and there is a lot of short-form entertainment on OTT. But at the same time, people want to get out. I mean, how much can you sit on the couch? Like we said, ouch the couch. You need to get off the couch. And in India, everything is so new. This whole consumerism, going to a mall, going to a food court, watching a movie, it's still very new and novel. So this is a pandemic which has obviously come as a major shock to us, and it's temporary. But once all of this is over, I think consumerism, will drive growth again.
Sure. And just my last question to you, because you said you were one of the few industries which had to shut the earliest and have effectively reopened the last.
Yeah.
What would you take away from this entire period where you were not in business, and what do you hope people also take away from this time?
I think most importantly for us, it was just keep the faith and just be in touch. We were still regularly in touch with everyone from our core team to other members of the team, and giving them the confidence and the encouragement that this is very temporary. So you can't lose hope at all. Things have happened in the past as well, be it world wars and different kind of pandemics and the Great Depression and all the rest of it. And the world and people have survived all of this. And this is another one that has happened in our lifetime. So you have to keep the faith, you have to keep your chin up, you have to, of course, keep everyone motivated. And, just have faith that all of this will be over soon and everything will bounce back to normal. And we have big faith in our movie industry, the movie industry at large,
Sure.
and also in the consumers' appetite to come out and enjoy themselves.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, with the movies just set to open on 15th October, one has to see how many people do line up to the movie halls to view movies and other content. For more such videos, log on to theprint.in and follow us on our social media handles. This is Revati Krishnan with Manisha Mondal for The Print.